In this video, we're going to talk about the characteristics of public goods. Public goods are things that are available to everyone. You can't exclude people from using them. They're non-excludable. And the consumption does not use it up. One person using it does not change the fact that someone else can use it too. And that's called non-rival. Non-rival and non-excludable, those are the two characteristics of public goods. The typical examples for illustrating public goods would be streetlights and national defense. You cannot exclude people from benefiting from national defense. Streetlights, same thing. Me using a streetlight and enjoying it does not stop you from doing it too. Those are both non-rival and non-excludable. But there's some challenges when it comes to providing public goods. For one, they're typically expensive. It's expensive to run a national defense system. It's very expensive to put streetlights up. Running water, universal health care, all of those things would be typically expensive. And often there is no market mechanism for doing it. You can't use the price system for national defense. It just wouldn't work. Can't use the price system for streetlights. It would be impossible to figure out which people had paid for them and that they could use them and other people could not. We'd have to turn the lights off. Just no mechanism for doing it. The benefits accrue privately while the costs do not. I can enjoy something without having to really pay for it. I get to benefit from national defense without paying for it directly. This creates a free rider problem. People can use and enjoy a public good without paying for it. And that sort of ties in with the fact that you can't use a price system to provide them. And here's an example. Let's say I wanted to have a backyard fireworks display. I wanted to do this. It's pretty expensive though. It's expensive for me to put this on. So I might ask a few of my neighbors to give me money to help cover the costs of it. And if they do, they can come into my backyard with me and they can watch the fireworks display. But what about the people that don't pay for the fireworks? Can my neighbor across the street who didn't pay for them still see them? Absolutely. They can free ride on the contributions of others. You can just hope that enough people will pay for it, that the fireworks display will have enough money to run, and then you can watch it. You can watch it without having to pay for it. That's the nature of the free rider problem. Here's another example of a public good. Fire safety. Having a fire department is a type of public good. Why can't we use a price system? Well, how on earth would you enforce that? Let's say that one of the occupants of that unit paid into a private fire department. Person in the unit next did not. Should the fire department show up, look at their invoice to see who paid and who didn't? Well, no, because in this case, the entire block could burn down. There is a public interest in making sure that the public good is funded for everybody. It wouldn't work. That's why the government provides it to overcome the market failure. And the market failure is a term that's assigned to this idea that when public goods are underprovided, that is a type of market failure, a type of situation where the price system or the markets won't work. Public goods being underprovided is an example of a market failure. So the challenges of providing public goods, there's some different strategies for doing that and overcoming that free rider problem. One, you could have voluntary compliance, like the backyard fireworks display. You could just hope everybody voluntarily contributes money to do it. Might not work. You could still end up with free riders. What about compulsory participation? This is a way that labor unions, closed shop union laws, they ensure that people do not free ride on the contribution of other union members. So for example, you might like what the union's doing for you in securing your job, but you don't want to pay union dues. Well, compulsory participation tries to overcome that free rider problem. Not good for all free rider problems, but it is an option for some. The last and most common mechanism for providing public goods is government provision. You sort of enforce compulsory participation through the tax system. The government will charge money and use that money to fund a specific public good, whether that be streetlights, national defense, roads that everybody can drive on. All of those things are examples of public goods provided by the government.